Good afternoon. I'm Tom Tripoli, and welcome to episode 7 of the continued progress we're making here at West Bay on the renovation to your golf house. I'm actually standing in that lobby, exactly where Nancy will be standing as she receives you upon your return and enjoying our new renovated golf house. As you can see, since the last time we've seen this area, a lot has transpired. But most notable, all the drywall is up. The drywall will now be textured, will be taped, will receive a primer coat, and then of course it's paint. All that work will be started and slated to actually begin the middle of next week. But before I go on and show you more of what's been transpiring here, let me go ahead and introduce to you, for those of you who remember, we have Chris Myers, the owner and principal of Myers and Associates, and with him we have Scott DeHoogie, who is our project manager. Chris, anything you'd like to show us in particular?
Well, first I'd like to say how great it is to see Tom wearing a hard hat and walking around the job site. It's definitely a sign that we're having some great progress here at West Bay. There's a few areas that we've been looking at today that we'd like to share with you. Some of the signature bar, some of the main dining room, and also the locker room spaces.
We're here standing in the signature bar. And as you know, this was a very important area and a very important element, and we certainly look forward to sharing it with you and your guests. Chris, why don't you share a little bit about the signature bar?
So if you remember, we used to have a bar over on the other side of the building. And in that bar, we only had about 6 seats. And as you can see here, we've grown quite a bit. So the signature bar is the new focal point of the south end of the existing clubhouse. We have a full 360-degree wraparound bar with overhead canopy, with lighting and displays for all of the bottles. We have an operable wall system at the exterior of the building that opens onto the new terrace. And then back over here, we have an 18-foot, 9-foot tall wine wall featuring hundreds and hundreds of bottles of wine. Behind that is our signature private dining room for different events and meetings and dinners.
We're now standing in the main dining room. Directly behind me, facing west, is really one of the grand objects that we're so proud of. There's a large expansive opening that will allow the dining room to be an extension to the terrace. The terrace will of course have a beautiful view of the golf course and will of course have a wonderful canopy to protect you from the weather elements. In addition to that, there's several other elements, and to give you some details on that, let me go and turn it over again to Chris Myers.
So if you remember in our original design presentations, we talked about the need for West Bay to have a vista, to have a signature view. And the result that we've come to is this wall. So our westward facing opening is almost 30 feet in length and almost 12 feet in height. We will have truly an indoor-outdoor experience for the outdoor terrace into the main dining room and for the dining room to capture that spectacular view.
In addition, we have an operable wall that separates the private dining room to the main dining room, which gives us that flexibility that we desire so much. It'll allow us to be able to have very large events, but at the same time, be able to be flexible enough to have those intimate ones also.
That same space opens to that signature bar that we just visited. And having the ability to expand as needed in a way that allows for a private dining space for the signature bar or a private dining space for the main dining room gives Tom and his staff such great flexibility for your use.
We're now standing at the northernmost point of the golf house. This is the entryway to the new ladies' locker room and the reconfigured men's locker room. What you'll notice as soon as you go through the opening that area will be enhanced with a custom trophy case that actually house all of our large championship and signature event trophies. To the right, the men's room. To the left will be the ladies' locker room. Both areas are fully drywall. They've already been skinned. They're prepared for their primer paint and of course paint to follow. Again, all that taking place the middle of next week. Chris, what do you have to add?
So one of the key points in our design was, let's bring the ladies over to the north side of the golf house. The new locker room, as Tom mentioned, over to the left side with the men's in their existing location. are coming along very, very nicely. All of the finishes, all of the lockers, all of the furniture have all been decided upon and are coming to be installed very soon.
I'm very excited to show you this. We're standing at the front door of the Niblick. For about the last 7 to 10 days, there's been quite a bit going on. But rather than me sharing it with you in words, I think you'd like to take a look. Come take a look. When we get inside, Chris will talk to you about the ultimate experience.
So we are at a stage right now where the vision is really just starting to take shape. We've finished all the demolition of the existing interior, drywall, ceiling, interior walls, and I think you'll agree the space is really ready for a great improvement. The new Niblick expansion almost doubles the space that we have here with a combination of interior addition and that beautiful exterior terrace that will be looking all the way down number 10 and having that spectacular evening view. Throughout this level, we have a main bar, dining space, new restrooms, and then outside this opening will be another operable wall to bring you to the outdoor terrace. Down below us will be a new kitchen facility, new on-course concessions, and also additional restrooms. So the building is really just starting to take shape, and I think we'll be seeing some great progress over the coming few weeks.
Well, that's it for episode 7. I hope you share in my enthusiasm in the progress that's currently being made. In addition to what we've showed you, outside of the golf clubhouse, we'll start doing some transplanting of some of the plants as we start to prepare and get ready for the re-landscaping of the area in addition. Well, on behalf of the staff, myself, certainly Scott DeHoogie and Chris Myers, it's a joy and thank you so much for entrusting us with the ability of growing and making the West Bay renovation all that it can be. Enjoy your day.